Hey guys, in this video I am going to compare the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra with the S23 Ultra. On the left we have the S25 Ultra and on the right we have the S23 Ultra. I will be comparing both day and night photos and videos. I have taken samples from photo mode, video mode, portrait video mode, night mode and food mode. Both the front and rear camera samples are included for all of these modes. Some of you have asked me before from where we can buy this Ferrari case. So I have given the Amazon link in the video description. I have also given the link to buy S25 and S25 Ultra series along with their armored cases and tempered glass. And all of these Amazon links are also available in the video description. So without any further delay, let's start the camera comparison. As you can see, on the left we have the S25 Ultra camera sample and on the right we have the S23 Ultra sample. The 25 Ultra captures more area in the 1x zoom level. And while taking ultra-wide shots, the S23 Ultra gives a little more exposure. Now moving on to the macro mode, the S25 Ultra captures more sharp images, especially when you compare the sample with the spider webs. We can spot that the webs are more detailed in the S25 Ultra compared to S23 Ultra. Now moving on to portrait mode, at first we have the 1x zoom level. Now comparing these images, we can find that the S25 Ultra gives a little bit more blur to the background. Next we have the 2x and 3x zoom levels. The S25 Ultra have a 5x zoom level compared to the S23 Ultra in the portrait mode, which you can see on the left side. Now moving on to the portrait mode's front camera, the S25 Ultra gives a little bit more color tone compared to S23 Ultra. Next I am going to show you the same rear camera comparison in portrait mode with different zoom levels. And comparing both the samples, comment below which one is better. Next we can see the samples taken from the front camera in photo mode. And after that I am going to compare the zoom levels from 0.6x to 100x. The zoom levels I am including here are 0.6x, 1x, 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x, 30x and 100x. Here the S25 Ultra don't have a 5x zoom shortcut, so I have zoomed in digitally from 3x to 5x. Here as you can see, when we exceed 10x zoom level, the S23 Ultra gives a better result compared to S25 Ultra. To confirm it again, I have done the same test to a different building. So comment below which one is better on each of these zoom levels. Here I think the 30x looks better and crisp in the S25 Ultra, but the 100x zoom looks way better in the S23 Ultra. Now this is the photo of the pizza I have taken in food mode. Here the S25 Ultra have more accurate colors and it's very sharp. As you can see, it looks way better compared to the boosted yellow tone in the S23 Ultra. Now here we have the portrait video sample taken in 1x zoom level. Here the S23 Ultra gives a little bit more exposure level compared to the S25 Ultra. Sometimes even in the 3x zoom level, the S23 Ultra gives a little bit more saturated tone. And as you can see here, comment below which sample is more stable. Next we have the samples taken from the front camera in portrait video mode. Here we can easily spot that the skin tone is more accurate in the S25 Ultra and the S23 Ultra have a little bit more warm tone. And at most of the area, the S25 Ultra have a constant exposure level. Next we have the video samples taken from the front camera in the video mode. And you can spot the similar differences I have explained in the previous portrait video mode. At some areas, the exposure level is much lower in the S23 Ultra. Next we have the normal video mode taken from the rear camera in 1x zoom level. Comparing both the shots, comment below which one is better and more stable. Next I will be comparing the zoom levels in the video mode. I am recording both the videos in 4K at 60 fps. S25 Ultra can zoom continuously from 0.6x to 20x, while the same can only be done in the S23 Ultra when we reduce the resolution to Full HD Auto. Currently it can only zoom from 0.6x to 2x. When we record the video in 1x zoom level in S23 Ultra, we can zoom up to 10x digitally. And when we start the video from 10x zoom level, as you can see here, we can zoom up to 20x. Comparing both these samples, the objects are more sharper in the S25 Ultra. Even though the S23 Ultra have more exposure to the video, the black areas looks better in S25 Ultra. Next I am comparing the super steady mode on both these phones. Comment which of this video is more stable. Now I have shown most of the samples taken in daytime. Now let me show you all the night samples taken in the same modes. First I am going to compare the night mode on both of these phones. Here we have the 1x zoom level. Comparing these two, the S23 Ultra over sharpens the image. Also it's a little bit grainy compared to S25 Ultra, especially in the black areas. Next we have the 3x zoom level, where both the phones give a good output. Now moving on to the 10x zoom level, we can spot the difference easily. The S23 Ultra have grains all over it, but the image is sharper, whereas the S25 Ultra smooth out any grains in the dark areas and shows a little bit glow over the light source. Next we have an image which is shot on night mode, but the time is set to max. And also you can find a sample taken in 1x zoom level in portrait mode. Here the S25 Ultra gives better color and quality. Next I am going to compare the zoom levels in photo mode from 0.6x to 100x. When we take photos in wide angle, the S25 Ultra gives a warm tone, and in S23 Ultra we can clearly spot the grains. The S25 Ultra also gives a warm touch in 1x zoom level. Now comparing the 2x zoom level, the S25 Ultra is way better compared to S23. And in the 3x zoom level, the S23 Ultra gives a warmer tone. Now comparing the 5x zoom level, S25 Ultra is better compared to S23 Ultra, cause S23 Ultra is digitally zoomed to 5x. Now when we compare the 10x zoom level, the S25 Ultra looks way better compared to S23 Ultra. The S23 Ultra looks a little bit over sharpened. Even in 30x zoom level, S25 Ultra gives more details compared to S23 Ultra. And when we compare the 100x zoom level, I think the S23 Ultra gives a better output. Next we have a photo sample taken from the front camera in photo mode. And this is a photo taken from the front camera in portrait mode. Here the S23 Ultra is overexposed. Next I am showing you the samples from the rear camera in the portrait mode from 1x to 5x zoom levels. At first we have the 1x zoom level, then the 2x zoom level where the S25 Ultra looks a little bit underexposed. The 3x zoom level on both the phones looks better. And finally we have the 5x zoom level from the S25 Ultra. Next I am going to show you the 30x and 100x zoom photos of the moon. As you can see, from both the 30x and the 100x zoom samples, the S23 Ultra have a little bit more brightness to the image. And this is the photo of the star taken from the 100x zoom level. Here compared to the S25 Ultra, the S23 Ultra gives a little bit more red tint. Now let's check the samples from the portrait video mode's front camera. Here the S23 Ultra looks more grainy and overexposed, especially when the light source is present at the back of the subject. Here the skin color looks more accurate in the S25 Ultra. Next we have the samples taken from the rear camera in portrait video mode. Here the color and the exposure level is more accurate in the S25 Ultra, whereas the S23 Ultra gives a little bit glare. Next we have the video mode front camera samples. Here the skin color looks a little bit warmer in the S23 Ultra, and even we can spot the grains in the dark areas. Here when the light source is at the back of the subject, the S25 Ultra is a little bit underexposed. This video is taken after turning on the HDR mode in the S25 Ultra, and we can see some grainy areas even in the S25 Ultra. But when I turned off the HDR mode and recorded a video, I didn't find any grains. Now let's compare the zoom levels in the video mode at night. Like I have told before, the S25 Ultra can zoom from 0.6x to 20x, while the S23 Ultra can only zoom from 1x to 10x digitally. And all the videos I have shown here are taken in 4K at 60 fps. Here we can easily spot the grains and the over sharpening in S23 Ultra, whereas the S25 Ultra does a much better job. Now let's see what happens when both the phones starts recording the video from the 10x zoom level. Here we can zoom from 10x to 20x in the S23 Ultra. In the 20x zoom level, the S25 Ultra gives a much better video quality. We cannot easily find any grains in the darker areas compared to S23 Ultra. Comment below from which of these two gives the better overall camera performance. Also when you go to my channel, you can find the S25 unboxing and its comparison with S24, S25 Ultra unboxing and its comparison with S24 Ultra, and the One UI 7 updates, new features and changes video. So thank you for watching the video guys. If you like this video, hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and if you are not yet a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and the bell button to get all the latest updates.